Hey everyone! Well, we're here. We're back, and today we're doing another anti-MLM video, and this video we have another top fails video. So thank you to those of you who sent me some of these clips that we will be reacting to today. If you ever stumble across content, random huns in the wild that you'd like to see me react to, the details on how to do that are linked below. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really like it, please subscribe. Make sure to check out my description below for all of my fun links, and with that very short intro out of the way, I want to get started reacting to these videos. Some of them are pretty good. Actually, all of them are good. We're gonna enjoy all of them. Let's get started.
Everybody, back here. Happy Tuesday. All right, guys, I want to talk to you guys today about what the haters out there, right, those network marketing haters, what it is that they're saying about network marketing and how understanding this,
I understand where she's going with I want to tell you guys what they're saying because she doesn't want people to go out there and look at what anti-MLMers are saying because then they might, I don't know, spew some truth. But she's going to say it from her perspective and why we're wrong, probably.
Psychology of how these haters think can actually help you with your social media, okay? So before we dive in, if you're jumping on live, just drop your name below. Let me know who you are, where you're coming in from. That way I can say hello. And if you're catching the replay, of course, drop me a replay in the comments below. All right, guys. So how many of you have encountered a hater in your network marketing career? Hello, Anastasia. Good to see you.
It's not a hater. We don't hate you. Just because we disagree with what you're doing, the things that you say, maybe some of the actions that you do, does not mean that we hate you. It seems to be so common, not just in network marketing, but just overall, and maybe it's just the internet culture that we live in, is that people go to such an extreme that just because somebody disagrees with you, it automatically means they hate you, which is so not true. Just because someone doesn't agree with the business that you're in, the lifestyle that you live, doesn't always mean they hate you. Maybe some people do. That's, of course, definitely the truth. But when it comes to being anti-MLM, it doesn't mean that we hate those people. If anything, it is quite the opposite. We genuinely care and see the value of them as people than more than just a part of somebody's downline making the people at the top more money. So we see the value in the downlines as human beings and not just people and names in a notebook.
Drop me a hater in the comments below if you have encountered a hater in your network marketing career, right? Like somebody who puts you down for being in the industry, who says they won't ever support an MLM product no matter how great the product is, who tells you're in a pyramid scheme thing. Like, drop a hater below if you've ever encountered anyone like that. I mean, if you haven't, I'm pretty impressed because most people who throw their hat in the ring and do this industry at one point or another encounter a hater, okay? So I think that this is changing a lot. I think there's less and less haters out there. More and more people are doing network marketing and direct sales, and more people are understanding it or know somebody that's a good person who does it. So I think it's getting better and better every single day. Wow, guys, lots of haters being dropped here.
Yeah, because you're mixing up people who disagree or people who have probably just said no as, oh, well, that person is a hater. Just because they don't agree with you or don't want to buy from you doesn't make them a hater. To say that they're a hater, I know that it's probably internet slang at this point, oh, they're a hater, I get it. Or bully, that's always the other one. But it's you don't have haters. You have people that disagree with you. That doesn't mean that they're a hater.
And good to see everybody too. Allison, Andra, Rebecca, Heidi, good to see you guys. So here's the deal, is that we as network marketers who are using social media need to understand what the world thinks about us so that we can disrupt and break through the noise, right? And actually get people's attention. So today I logged on social media this morning and somebody posted this image about, somebody posted an image that somebody had posted on one of their Facebook posts, basically bashing our industry, right? Bashing network.
Ah, that's the other word. Bashing. You guys know I love when they say the word bash. It's such negative words, such aggressive words that they use. bashing and you're hating. And it's like, those are such aggressive words to use. And I understand why they do that. It's because they want to view the other side as we're the bad people. We're the ones who don't understand. We're the negative. We're not good. We're not saying they think we're like bad people, but we are the bad people, essentially. And we should not listen to, or we should not be heard or listened to because we just don't understand and we're just negative people, want to be negative, which is so not true. So incredibly not true. Just these such aggressive words that they use to describe people who just don't like the industry that they're a part of. That's another thing. It's the industry we don't like. It's not them as people that we don't like. Like, they get it mixed up that, like, just because we don't want to buy from them, it's like, oh, well, then you hate me as a person. It's like, no, that's so extreme.
Marketers. And I want to share with you what this post said, okay? Because if you can understand what people are saying, then you can try and figure out how it is that you can, not sound like that, right? How you can sound different from the masses of people out there, because it's so important, and I always say this, to disrupt, right? To sound different than the average network marketer. People are going to tune you out if they feel like they're seeing the same thing everywhere over and over again, right?
So I get where she's going to go with this, is like, you don't want to sound like a hunbot, but it doesn't matter if you sound like a different hunbot. It's the act of promoting your MLM products and wanting people to sign up underneath you. It doesn't matter how you say it, what words you use. It's the fact that you're in an MLM is what we don't like.
So this person wrote, I retired my husband. Okay, so that's a really common thing that people are used to seeing now in network marketing, right? I retired my husband. Then she wrote, Walmart is a pyramid. Okay, so that goes back to the fact that when people say, is this a pyramid scheme? You're like, well, your job is a pyramid scheme, right? So Walmart is a pyramid. You would be perfect on my team with those like 100 emojis, right? So again, guys, what the reason I'm sharing this is not because I have any problem with people saying these phrases. I want you guys to understand that when you use these phrases, you are blending in, right? You're not breaking through the noise. You sound like every other network marketer out there. And what I want you guys to learn how to do on social media is literally when everyone's going right, you go left, okay? So
then instead of saying retire my husband, say I want my husband to keep his job because I don't know if this network marketing thing will even last and I may end up leaving it within a week, a year, who knows. So it's very beneficial for us to have my husband keep his job so that we have a stable place over there. Saying Walmart is a pyramid, say, oh, Walmart, yes, they have their problems, but at least they pay all of their employees. Doesn't matter what level they are, they get a base rate, time off, some of them get benefits, that kind of stuff. And what was everyone join my team? What would be the opposite of that to go left? Don't join my team because you will probably make no money.
One is I made $250,000 working from my phone, right? This is what people think of now when they think of network marketing. So think about this, okay, guys? Think about this in your messaging. Are you saying things like this? Do you sound like everybody else out there? It's not a pyramid. Those are illegal, right? How many of you guys have said that before? Now, this is all true. I'm not bashing what is being said here. Okay. It's all true. But again, as marketers, right? Because we're not just network marketers, we are marketers too, especially if we're using social media. We, again, have to understand what everyone else is saying about us so that we don't sound like them, okay? Then she put just a bunch of emojis.
So your go-to advice is to just not sound like a typical hun, and then that'll make it to where there won't be anti-MLMers. Again, it doesn't matter what you're saying. I mean, it does. Like, it's actually, yes, okay. It doesn't matter the, like, stereotypical, like, hey, hun, things they say, or, you're in a pyramid scheme, your corporate job is a pyramid scheme. Like, that's just funny things that people say. But the overall, just, one, putting so much time and effort into saying, okay, here is how we avoid having haters. It's like, maybe take a step back and realize, why do people not like the industry that you're in? What are people honestly saying? Yes, there are people out there that just kind of say mean things. I understand that. But most of the people have legitimate reasons and concerns on why they don't want to be a part of an MLM, why they don't want to buy from an MLM, why they want the individual they are speaking to no longer be a part of the MLM, why they want them to get out. There are legitimate reasons. There are people who are caring, who want these people to strive and succeed in any other industry besides MLMs. So to take up this time, be like, here's how you avoid people saying you're in a pyramid scheme, is you just don't say that. It's like, no. Like, for example, this video in particular, like, she herself is not saying, like, I made this amount of money and hey, hon, join my team. She's talking to her specific team, but it's the fact that she's training people on what not to say in network marketing to avoid certain things. It's like, the stereotypical hun things are just more funny than anything else. It's actually people trying to teach people ways to be sneaky about it that are the worst kind of people in MLMs.
Do you guys realize that emojis is like becoming the language of network marketers, right? Like every post has 18,000 emojis in it. Drop me an emoji in the comments below if you know what I'm talking about here, that when network marketers post, they've got like emojis replacing every other word, and they've got that like finger symbol to let you know they've got another point, right? So emojis are becoming numbing to people, right? When they see those posts, they roll their eyes and they move on. What we don't want is people rolling their eyes when they see our posts. So we've got to know what the rest of the world is thinking and saying so that we can stand out, right? So that we can go right when everyone else goes left, okay? And then I bought my Lexus with my side hustle. These are funny, actually, right?
Yes.
So, again, guys, I'm not bashing anyone who's using language like this. That's what this person is doing. That's what they're trying to make this network marketer feel shameful.
No, they're not. I think they were doing, I mean, maybe they are. I can't say, but neither can she. She cannot make that blanket statement that, like, they're trying to, like, shame this person. They probably are just pointing out, like, these are funny things that are repeated in the network marketing world, which she agrees. She said they're everywhere. You see it all the time, and these are honestly funny. I'm not saying anything negative, but that person is. And it's like, you can just make a point to say, like, yeah, these are overused phrases. These are phrases that people roll their eyes at. Like, that's okay.
About the terms that are being used over and over again, right? So I'm not trying to make any of you guys feel shameful. What I'm actually trying to do is help you break through the noise, right? I'm trying to help you understand what everyone else is saying so that you can say something different, okay? When we all start sounding the same, then we are doing exactly what people who are skeptical and haters of this industry think, which is that we're just, a bunch of robots, right? We don't actually think for ourselves. We're not actually trying to help people. We're not actually growing a real business. We're not actually trying to change the world, right? We're just a bunch of copycats.
I mean, you're selling MLM products. I'm sorry, but that's not going to change the world. As much as there are probably people out there who genuinely believe that what they're doing could be life-changing. I absolutely believe that. But your MLM products will not change the world. They won't.
We're just a bunch of people that are, preying on the vulnerable, and we work from home, right? But it's not a real business. So I want you guys to really think about those terms, and I want you to not use them, right? I want you to break through the noise. How can you separate yourself from all the network marketers out there? How can you make a hater like this go, well, this is different, right? This sounds different. And let's be really clear. I don't want you to change the haters' minds. Haters are always going to hate, right? They're always going to be haters. They're always going to be out there. And most of the time it's because they don't really understand.
Well, then the point is to not change the haters' minds, because isn't that the whole point of this, is like sound different so that people don't hate you? But then to say we're not here to change the haters' minds, because she is correct. And of course, I'll just use the term hater, but no. People who disagree with network marketing, the true anti-MLMers, are going to, she's right, always be anti-MLM, and you cannot change our mind. Which exactly, just changing your terminology, changing your phrases, not using emojis, you know, it may not be as quirky and funny to read, but it's still an MLM pitch. It's still people praising the MLM, no matter what words, phrases, emojis you use. It's still all the same thing, just packaged differently.
Understand what we're doing and they don't really understand the industry, but I don't want you to fall into the trap of validating the hater, okay? So the language we're using as network marketers needs to constantly be evolving, right? The same way that we still don't throw Tupperware parties, or most of us don't, right? Because that's like numbing. Nobody wants to go to a Tupperware party. On social media, we need to think about the language we're using and constantly be evolving, all right? All right, guys, yes, I love this. Good, I'm glad this was helpful for you guys. So if you guys got value from this, drop me a value in the comments below. What language can you be using to break through the noise and to go left when everyone else is going right, all right? Drop me a value if you got value from this. Happy Tuesday. I will see you guys soon.
Bye, lady. Okay. So clearly my guess is she saw that post of somebody like, you know, poking fun at MLMers, which happens a lot because, yeah, they say very similar things. We hear it all the time, and that clearly triggered her, I guess, or at least upset her, which she's completely allowed to feel. But to just say like, oh, this is just to change our mindset, why didn't you have like maybe examples of what to say to, like, here, you guys say what should be said instead of what this person is saying. Why don't you give examples of that instead of making other people be like, change your language because it makes us network marketers look bad? And it's like, just ignore people if you really don't care. That is the thing so much. It's like, they claim they don't care. They claim that we're just noise over here. If you care so little about what people on the other side are saying, then stop bringing it up. Stop telling people like, okay, well, what should we say instead of like this typical stuff, because that brings attention to network marketing. What should we say now? That's really what I think that was maybe her point, is like, we have to stop being Hun robots, because that's exactly what they all are. But again, it doesn't matter if they use the same lingo. I mean, they kind of have to with certain things, but it doesn't matter what they say. It, like, in the aspect of the typical Hunbot dictionary, but it's the fact that they are selling overpriced products to people, claiming that they're life-changing and that they have a life-changing opportunity, and they should also join their downline and potentially lose a bunch of money. Doesn't matter how you word it, that's the ultimate goal, and that's what's the problem. Alright, so this next video is a post I saw on Not Your Hun's Instagram. If you guys do not follow them, I will have their Instagram page linked below. I highly, highly recommend. They find some literal gold in the network marketing world, and it is not_your_Hun. So I highly recommend you guys go follow them, and they find some real masterpieces.
Hey, that is okay. I don't give a shit.
So they said, when someone says what I do is a pyramid scheme, they have zero idea what they're even talking about. And their post says, pyramids are the strongest structures. Everything from government to churches to corporations to universities are wide at the bottom and narrow at the top. You know what's really cool about what I do? Anyone can leapfrog right over the person above them by outworking or outsmarting them. I did just that. There are no ceilings here, no fixed salary, no sick or vacation days, no boss. It's the freaking best job in all the land. And FYI, pyramid schemes are super illegal. And I'm just about to pay a tax bill next week because, yeah, all my income is reported to the IRS. This is a legit thing happening here. You can continue to roll your eyes, or you can get educated and learn what this is really about. We're still in a massive momentum. Gonna quadruple again before August. On pace to become a billion-dollar brand. Very easy to be a part of someone else's billion-dollar company. quite another thing to be creating one on your own time, your own way, with unlimited potential to earn as little or as much as your heart desires. I'm in it to win it, and if you want to link arms with me, I'm here to run with you. Speaking of MLM things that everybody says, link arms with, oh my god, that is such an overused phrase that they really need to, they need to get rid of that from their vocabulary, that's for sure. So, here's the thing, if you're in an MLM, no matter what, no matter how much money you make, you are still a part of somebody else's billion-dollar company or million-dollar company. Most MLMs are billion-dollar companies, and you are just a part of that. So, okay, yeah, that didn't actually make any sense or prove your point. And also when she said no sick day, yeah, no sick or vacation days, I guess I kind of understand what she means, is that, like, they work from home, so that any day can be a sick or a vacation day, like they don't have to request that off. But to say there's no sick or vacation days, that's true. You're working when you're sick. You're working when you're on vacation, because you have to thank the MLM for the vacation, the free vacation that they give you, which is really just a brainwashing trip most of the time when they go on those trips. And then also just saying that you report your business to the IRS, that doesn't make it not a pyramid scheme. You have to report basically any sort of income that you have to report it to the IRS. Like, they don't care. Like, if you win a game show, you have to report that. Like, you have to take taxes out for that. That is, you know, that's not your job, but you still pay taxes on that. So, you know, it's just these silly things that they say because they think that they're sounding smart. They think that they are really proving a point and proving that this is a legit business and I promise that it's real. And I feel like each video of all of these that I have for today's video, I'm going to say the same thing. When you constantly have to defend and prove that your job is real and that it actually matters and that it's not a pyramid scheme, it's totally real and legit, come on, how many people in any other job, pretty much any other job, have to claim every single day, my job is real, it's a legit job, it's totally not a scam or a scheme? That has to become absolutely exhausting for these people to just have to all the time say this is legal, wow, Freudian slip. This is totally legal. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Pyramid schemes are illegal. Yes, they are, but here's the thing, is that there are lots of things that are illegal, and as long as people skirt around certain laws, they're able to get away with things. That's kind of what happens in MLMs, is that they skirt around the law. And I mean, a lot of MLMs have been sued for being pyramid schemes, so I don't know. And the final thing that Not Your Hun put at the end of this post, I really like what they say. They put flow of money, 1%, upline, new recruits, only the top gets paid. Absolutely, exactly. It's the constant flow of people at the bottom, and yet it doesn't matter. Everybody above is an upline, and the way they get paid is, yes, from sales, but the majority who make money are all from having people below them, and the money of the people making sales, getting uplines, all of that money flows up. You get the residual income, you get the 5%, 3% of each person's sales, and if certain people below are doing really well, and then they get more people who do it, and they do really well, then you get more money for doing absolutely nothing. And at least in corporate jobs, the people at the bottom are getting money. They're getting paid for the work that they do. Unlike in MLMs, you can work 24 hours, 7 days a week and never see any money. And also to say that, like, you in MLMs, you don't have to, what was it that she said? Let me go back. She said anyone can leapfrog right for the person above them. She's aware that people can start on the bottom, and yeah, I mean, you can work your way up, but you could skip a few levels if you wanted to. Or here's the thing, you could never start at the bottom and you could go straight to corporate if you have a degree, or if maybe that corporation doesn't require a degree and you get in because you are qualified in other ways. In MLMs, you start at the bottom. You don't just decide, I want to be rank 5 because I am qualified to be. You have to prove that by having a large downline.
Good morning, happy Saturday. Just sitting on the couch this morning with the dogs, working from my phone, and I wanted to quick mention, I know I don't talk about this often, but it's a super great deal right now for those of you who have been asking questions or shown any interest. You can pick up right.
So it looks like Monat is having a sale, you guys. Have you ever heard about that? Monat never does sales. This is something super unique and something Monat doesn't do every second of every day. So that's good to know.
Right now, 3 products with Monat for $35. I'll drop a little image right now of the list. I can't talk today. The list of items that you can pick up. Really stop. And so yeah, if you guys are interested in like just trying it, I have literally been using these products for a year and a half and have more hair than I have ever had. So despite all of the myths out there,
it's not a myth. There are people with legit proof that their hair started falling out after they used Monat. I did a video before where I showed like a news clip of babies' hairs. Baby's hair and baby hairs falling out after they used Monat. Again, like I always say, they think that these people are just faking it because they hate this business. Would a baby hate Monat? A baby just is like, you know what? I don't like that network marketing company, Monat. I'm going to make sure my hair falls out. No, I mean, I guess the parent could do it, but it's more funny to think of the baby doing that.
It's no, like you literally don't have to worry about that. I honestly have like,
and again, of course, it's not going to happen to everybody. Like allergic reactions to things or certain issues with products don't happen to every single person. But the fact that it happened to a decent amount of people is concerning. And I mean, even if it happens to one person, I think that it needs to be reported instead of being like, well, it didn't happen to me, so therefore it's not real. And I've used this example before. It's like, just because I've never had cancer doesn't mean cancer doesn't exist. See, again, it sounds crazy when I word it like that. It works both ways. Just because your hair didn't fall out doesn't mean it didn't happen to other people.
Like new hair growth, like right in this area on both sides, new bangs forming, little baby hair growth, like
that's called your hair growing. What? That's just called your hair growing. That's just nature.
all the time. So thing to note also, like if you are somebody who's losing excessive amounts of hair, it's probably due to something internally in regards to your diet or nutrition, or just simply shedding dead hair.
Well, whoa, that like, I literal loss for words. Why would it be something internally, like with your diet? The moment you change shampoos, all of a sudden this starts happening. It's like, well, clearly it's something in your diet. It's like, well, the only thing new in my life that happened is I used this new shampoo. If you go to the doctor and like there's something wrong, they usually say, well, what have you been eating? Or what's something new that's happened around you? Like, you know, when I had Thor, my dog, and whenever he was sick, they're always like, have you given him something different? Like, what is going on? They always ask, what is something new that you introduced into your life? Because more than likely, the new thing that you introduced into your life is usually the cause of the problem. Because if the problem didn't happen prior, and then it only started happening after the new thing, not every time, of course, but if it started happening right after you changed something in your daily routine, 9 times out of 10, actually 9.9 times out of 10, it's probably the new thing you introduced into your life.
It's natural to do so. You actually lose up to 100 strands a day, which is pretty crazy when you actually see that amount. But personally,
Right, I agree. Like, yeah, you're gonna lose hairs throughout the day. Like, I could probably pull. Okay, good. I was gonna say I could probably pull some hairs out right now. But to be in the shower and be washing your hair and doing that, and then you look and there's clumps of hair, that's concerning. Having like maybe a few fall out in the shower or throughout the day, like that's fine. But to literally pull out clumps at one time, that's concerning. That would scare me, and I would view the product as the problem. I wouldn't think like, oh, I clearly have a dietary issue or this is totally normal. It's just to invalidate people and be like, oh, well, it's normal, or oh, well, it's your fault.
I would say I lose less hair now than I did, and I can go longer between washes than I ever have before. I think my max day between washes was like 6 days, which before I had like super oily hair. I would have to wash my hair every single morning, otherwise it was just disgusting. So that's been a lifesaver for me. The amount of money I spend on these products, I can have, I think it's got to be 8 or 12 ounces for sure. I think it's 8 ounces of shampoo. It keeps cutting me off. So, like I was saying, 7 months it takes me to go through a bottle because you only use a dime size to a quarter size, washing twice. And if you're not washing or having to wash your hair every single day and using such tiny concentrated amounts, it's crazy. So you, in the long run, do end up saving money. It's obviously healthier for your hair. So I'm not going to go on a big rant this morning, but if you are in the slightest bit interested, just shoot me a message if you have questions. Absolutely no obligation whatsoever. But if you're just curious, I can certainly answer some questions. If you want to pick my brain, I'd be happy to do so. But yeah, I'll just be sitting here this morning, getting some stuff done around the house, working from my phone, waiting for the FedEx man to arrive because he has my wine. So I need to be here.
Bye, Monate lady. Oh man, these people. It's just when your company, when you have, and they train them on this stuff because we have seen so many of them be like, oh, well, your hair's falling out because that's normal, or your hair's falling out because of something you did. You're washing your hair wrong. You have to only use Monate products. You can't mix it with other products. And it's like, all of these leaps, all of these constant jumps and hoops that they have to go through in order to be like, it can't be our product. That's impossible. To blame your consumer, to blame the people giving you money instead of fixing the formula, fixing the problem, figuring out what's going on, validating people for their rightful concerns. An MLM could never. Alright, so this is the last clip I have, and the picture that she has on her Instagram before you click on it and then she starts talking, it says 80% of women who make a 6-figure income do it through network marketing, which is totally not the quote. I believe it's I think it's 80% of people in network marketing are women or something along those lines, because if it was 80% of women who make a 6-figure income do it through network marketing, then income disclosure statements would reflect that. Obviously, because there are majority in MLMs are women. And if 80% of them are making 6 figures, then I think income disclosure statements would reflect that, but who knows? I'm just a hater.
So about a week ago, a lot of you saw this. Someone in one of my posts was talking about pyramid schemes. And I just kind of want to educate people on why MLMs aren't pyramid schemes and why you should support MLMs. Okay, so a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is like when you're investing money into something, like people are taking your money. Yes, hello, kitty. Would you like to tell them for me? She loves me. A pyramid scheme is like when you are investing your money into something, but you're not receiving anything in return.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's more of a Ponzi scheme. And I think a pyramid scheme runs similarly. But, I mean, you could argue that the only thing you really get back into your investment in MLMs is a product, an overpriced product.
A lot of these scams happen in the form of like the life insurance stuff. So, or like warranty, hey, calling on your warranty, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, they're illegal in the United States. They don't last very long.
They're illegal in a lot of places, and actually MLMs as a whole are illegal in a lot of countries. So if MLMs are so legal, why are they illegal in some other countries?
Very long. They are illegal. Okay? So when you're referring to an MLM as a pyramid scheme, specifically Young Living.
Oh,
So Young
of
Living.
course, yes, specifically Young Living. Like other MLMs, one of the things that I just love so much is when they're like, I get like some other MLMs are like sketchy and could be classified as a pyramid scheme, but see, the one I'm a part of would never do that.
So Young Living has been around for 27 years. I'm 28, so that's a while. No pyramid scheme could last that long at all. It's illegal. So,
right, but it's the way they get around it. It's the having a product. It's the fact that they brainwash people to believe that this is a legit company, that what they're doing is real and fine, and they get around a lot of stuff. So, yeah, on paper, you're right. They are not illegal. But the things they do, the things they say, the manipulations, getting people to buy way too much product than what they need. Every time a new product comes out, they have to get on it. They need to be one of the first to show it off. They're constantly getting people to invest their money into the company so that it flows up towards the uplines and towards the tippity top.
A lot of people are like, well, that the person on top, like the people on the bottom make the money for the person on top. That is true for pyramid schemes.
How are you going to say that it's not true for MLMs as well? Why even have downlines if you don't make any money off of them? There's literally no point in having downlines if you don't also profit off of that person.
MLMs, no. Are there people under you? Yes, but you are still held to like a certain level.
Right, yeah, you have to sell X amount of product and have X amount of people underneath you and have your group sales. So, yeah, you are, you kind of have to be held to a certain level. And I think in Young Living, you have to spend or sell $100 in order to maintain rank and maintain, what is it called? Being active and also stay active. But you get a commission on the people below you's sales. So you get money off of those people. Those people don't get the bonuses that, if you hit rank and you may get a bonus for ranking up, it's not like the whole group gets a bonus. It's just you. So for their hard work of selling, recruiting, not saying that the person over here didn't help and sell and recruit, but the downlines are doing a bunch of work. You rank up, you're the only one who gets the benefit of their investment.
Of sales or enrollments, like whatever it is, you are held to like a certain level of still needing to like make those goals to be able to hit those ranks before you can even start making money off of the people below you.
But you still make money off of the people below you. Don't you hear that? Come on. The fact that you make money from the people below you should say it all.
And it's a lot of hard freaking work every single month. You start over. Every single month, the CEO goes all the way down to the bottom. It's hard. It's hard work. So here's the thing. If you have a friend who's in an MLM business, why does it trigger you so much to support them?
It's not about that. It's the fact that they would love to support their friend who has a legit small business, and they want to know that their money is going towards their friend's business and that it's going towards their friend, not 25% of that is going to go towards their friend, and then the other 75% of your money is going to go towards uplines and production and all of that stuff. So at least when a friend has a business, all of that money goes towards them for them to have the money to do with whatever they want, whether it be for production and putting that money towards making their business fully thrive. That is the problem. They don't want to be supporting a $1 billion MLM corporation that doesn't give a crap about their friend. I would rather give my friend $75 than no, or $100. I'm making it easy on myself. I'd rather give my friend $100 and know that all 100 went to them and the business that they're wanting to start, instead of just $25 of it goes to them and the other 75 goes towards people I don't even know, things I don't even know, that I don't know where it's going. So yeah, maybe I got a product out of it, but if my friend's selling a product, I can give them $100. I get a nice product out of it, and the $100 really goes far for them.
That's my question, because it's triggering you. You need to do some work in here. Why is it triggering you that your friend is making a little extra money? Are you jealous? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand why you wouldn't support a friend, why you would go to big corporate and support big corporate, but you would not support a friend.
Because you work for a big corporation. You just said the Young Living has been around for 26 years. So you are an employee. Sorry, no you're not, because then you'd actually get paid and benefits and whatnot. You are an independent contractor of Young Living. You make Young Living money. Young Living is not your own business. You are a part of a big corporation.
To me, I'm like, well, are you even my friend? Like, these are like quality products.
If you think that a friend not wanting to buy your MLM products makes them not your friend, you are the problem. You need to do some thinking up here that a friend not buying from you means that they're not your friend. That's horrible.
Products, quality products that I promise you will love, and if you don't, then tell me.
Yeah, but then you would probably just tell them that they're wrong. You don't seem, I mean, a lot of them, if you don't like the products, then they'd be like, okay, well then try this one. They would of course try and sell you different products, and that's the answer. Sorry, I did change the battery and I messed it up. I felt like it was too over here, so I feel like this is better. But it's so sad that they are, I don't know if this was something they believed prior to joining an MLM, or something that they're taught and they are brainwashed to believe that if your friends and family don't buy from you, then they never truly cared about you. They're not really your friend and they don't love you. And that's really sad. It's really sad. Like, somebody doesn't need to buy a bunch of products from you and love them and buy from you all the time. Your friends and family should not keep your business afloat. Yeah, it is nice if they want to buy from you, but it shouldn't be an expectation.
And we'll figure it out. That's the cool thing about MLMs is like, the customer, you know me. I want what's best for you because you're my friend. So I do as much as I can to support other people in MLMs, and that's Young Living, Zaya. I have a friend that does Arbonne. I have a friend that does Color Street. I have a friend that does Pampered Chef. I have a friend that does Usborne Books. I have a friend that does 31 Bags. Come on, folks, what am I missing? I know I have a lot of makeup friends. I never remember those companies because I don't really buy makeup. But if I did, I would support my friend instead of going to the makeup store. Or the makeup places. What's that? Sephora? I don't know. Anyways. 1. MLMs are not pyramid schemes. Do your research before you, before you disrespect a friend. Is it necessary? 2, do some work up here. Why does it trigger you so much that a friend is trying to make some extra money? And do you know what that friend's doing with that money? It's not I don't know. Don't stereotype. Maybe they donate it. Maybe they're saving up for a vacation and they haven't gone on vacation for a while. Maybe they're trying to get rid of their debt, pay off all their bills.
And maybe all of that, I mean, probably not the donation thing, because if that's the case, then just, I would tell my friends, but donate your money towards a cause. Don't give me the money so that I donate it, but only 25% of it. That's stupid. But also, it's not your friend's job to financially keep you afloat if you have debt or you want to go on vacation. It's not their job. It's not their burden. They shouldn't have to do that because it's oh, well, I want to go on vacation or I want to do this. It's good. I'm happy for you. I hope you get around to that, but it shouldn't be my job to buy your MLM product so that you can do other things.
Maybe they're putting it into a college fund for their kids. But honestly, does it matter? Why does it trigger you that your friends are trying to make some extra money? And why is it so hard for you to support them with that? I think it's time that you dig in here and in here. Are you a good friend? Do you share their posts? Do you like them? Do you comment? Those are free, easy ways to help support their businesses. Oh, I'm not commenting on that. She might get a sale. She might make some money. Tell me why that's bad. Tell me why that triggers you.
Wow. Somebody, oh wow. I don't think it's the friends who are triggered. I think it's somebody else who's triggered. Wow, that to say she expects her friends to buy from her and it's on them. They're the angry ones, oh, you just don't want your friends to make money. And it's never about that. Thinking logically, you really think your friends just don't want you to make money? No, they just don't want you to be a part of this weird culty mentality that is MLMs, and especially Young Living. those oily girls are quite interesting. And they a lot of them talk very low and a whispery voice, from what I've seen of the few Young Living things on Instagram specifically. They talk like that, which I always find very weird. I'm speak up, speak more clearly. But yeah, she definitely seemed quite angry. Obviously a friend, I assume, told her she was in a pyramid scheme and that just triggered her and upset her. But again, when you have to defend the business that you're a part of why it's legal, why it's not a pyramid scheme, that's got to be exhausting, and that has to be a red flag, just a giant red flag waving in your face as you're this is not a scam, this is totally legit, and my friend should buy from me, and they're bad friends if they don't. And it's think about this. Your friends, of course, want you, good friends want you to thrive, make money, go out there, start your own business. They'd love to share your posts and all this stuff. They just don't want to support MLM companies because majority of the money goes towards other people. And they're aware, more than likely, that majority of people in MLMs don't make money. And it is not up to the friend to financially keep that person afloat. And yeah, maybe they could share a post, but again, they wouldn't want one of their other friends or a family member to see it and be like, oh, this is something interesting, and not know, and potentially lose a bunch of money. That would hurt me if I were to share a post, one of my family members got involved, and then they dumped a bunch of money into this MLM and didn't make money. I would feel awful. So it's just best to not get involved and be like, hey, you do your thing, I'll do my thing. It's really that easy. But no, logically, it is that easy. But in an MLM, if you're not constantly buying from your friend and you disagree with them at all, then you're just a hater, you're a bully, you're jealous, you're negative, you're all those things. But if you are all those things, then you're just anti-MLM. And that sounds so much better. Alright, you guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really, really liked it, please subscribe. Let's talk anything and everything anti-MLM in the comments below. And until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye!